Hey guys, we're gonna do some more place value talk. Remember yesterday we were kind of talking about a little bit about patterns and how if you move to the left of a number into the next place, it's 10 times more than the number beside it. So we're gonna kind of talk a little bit more about that. And I know that this is not the most ideal way to have lessons, but we're going to do it anyway. So this says, let's fill in the chart about the number 8,888 by filling in the first row with each digit in the correct place, and then filling in the second row with the value of each digit. So they want us to do 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Actually, I bet I can do this. Yep. Okay, so we've got our 8's drawn, and now they want us to do the value of each one. So if this 8, where the cursor is right here, if this 8 above it is in the 10,000s place, then this is going to be 80,000, right? And then the next place is in the thousands, so it's going to be 8,000. And then the next hundreds, let's do 800. And then the tens is 80. And the ones place is just 8. So we see how there's a trend. The 8 stays in the front, and with each place, we're adding a 0. Which means it's every time we add a 0, it's 10 times larger than the number before. So if we have 8 and we multiply by 10, it's 80. If we have 80 multiplied by 10, it's 800. 800, 10 times more than 800 is 8,000. And then 10 times more than 8,000 is 80,000. So there's kind of a pattern of how this goes. The 8's always in the front, and then we just add zeros with each place. So let's keep going. Place adds a number, adds a 0. So when we add a 0 to each place, this is terrible. So each time it's 10 times larger. Or if we're going to go from bottom to top, if we're going to go from left to right, it is 10 times less. So 300,000, 10 times less than 300,000 is 30,000, and 10 times less than that is 3,000, and 10 times less than that is 300. So we're looking at our pattern, and you just drop a 0 if you're going to be 10 times less, and you add a 0 if it's going to be 10 times more. Just like here. I think there's our chart again, how to do this. And then I think in this next one, we're going to say what numbers will you end up with if you make these 10 times larger. So right here, we just have a 3, but if we're going to make it 10 times larger, we just go one place to the left, which would make it 30. And then this number, we have 459. And if we go one place to the left and make it 10 times larger, so basically what you're saying is 459 10 times is going to be 4,590. Your next number, if you add a 0, is going to be 680. And then your next number, 10 times more than 9,057 is going to be 90,570. Because remember, guys, we had a 0 in there, but we got to save its place. We don't want somebody not to have a seat, because then it messes everybody up. So every time you add a 0 to the end, it's 10 times larger than the number prior. And here's kind of a chart to see what it looks like when you do add those zeros to the ones place. So, or you multiply times 10. Make it 10 times larger. So here's your 3, and when you make it 10 times larger, you become, here's it at 30. And then 459, 4,590, 68, 680, and then 9,057 is 9,570. So each time, just like, so you see this 10 right here. So what we really are going to do, I'm going to go to this next slide and just show y'all. So say you have the number, hold on. Say you have the number 57, okay? And you want to multiply it times 10. What's going to happen? And we're going to make this 57 10 times larger. All you're going to do is add that 0 to the end of this 57. It only works with tens. You just add the 0 to the end of that number, and it's 570. So these are the patterns. It's a pattern when you add the zeros or when it's 10 times larger. So even if you had, let's say you had 321,200. That's a really big number. And you wanted to multiply it times 10. What's 10? This is going to make it, if you multiply it times 10, what's 10 times larger than 321,200? It's going to be 3,212,000. That's it. 3,212,000. That's 321,200 10 times. I hope that this is kind of easy. I know it's, I'm having a little hard time explaining it because y'all aren't here to ask me questions and know exactly how to explain it to you. But if you do have questions, send me a message on Schoology, or remember them and ask me when we get back, or just try somehow to figure it out, because I want you to understand what we're doing so that we don't get far behind. And this builds on what we're going to learn next. So I hope that this gives you a little bit more of an understanding on how the place value can make a pattern, and how the place value, when it's 10 times greater, you're just adding a 0 to the end of it, and it moves over to the next spot in the place value number or place value spots. So y'all let me know if you have questions. I am here. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.